Okay, I'll admit this video's kind of stupid, so please don't take it too seriously. I'll probably change my opinion on this at some point in the future. But with that out of the way, go ahead, call me an uncultured swine in the comments. I really could not care less. I do not like art galleries. Ever since I was a little kid, my parents have constantly dragged me to art museums, and even to this day, every time we go on vacation to a new city somewhere, my parents have to go see the local art gallery. For some reason, they see intellect and culturedness as a quantitative value. They think that your level of cultural awareness is determined by the physical amount of art museums you've visited. And sure, we have things like IQ to numerically measure your intelligence, but my parents unironically believe that for every museum you visit, or for every book you read, that's plus 2 points to your IQ or something. Like you're getting XP to level up a character in a video game. And with all due respect, Mom, that's not how it works. Frankly, I think we as a society put way too much value in art museums. You guys know the saying watching paint dry, referring to an activity that's incredibly boring and time consuming? Well, when you go to an art museum, instead of watching paint dry, you are literally watching dry paint. But for some reason, we consider it to be this high-class, aristocratic pastime that only true intellectuals partake in. And my parents, like a lot of people, spend 10 minutes per painting in every single exhibit room pondering about the meaning the artist was trying to convey. And sure, paintings usually have a general message behind them, but I really don't think it's that deep. Every painting can be interpreted in 1,000 different ways, and it's entirely possible the artists themselves didn't really give a shit about what they were painting. Maybe this was something they were commissioned to do, maybe this was them practicing for another painting, hell, maybe they were just bored and decided to draw a random person off the street. And now, 500 years later, people are staring at your work like, what was the message behind making the river green instead of blue? Like, bro, it is a napkin drawing. Say your pretentious bullshit and go on to the next painting. And frankly, start wrapping it up already, because we've been here for 2 hours and I'm hungry. Like, what did my parents seriously expect me to do when I was a kid going to these? When I'm 10 years old, I am a lot more interested in what's happening on my Clash of Clans base than looking at a portrait of insert random nobleman number 8765. And as a kid especially, not only did I dislike art museums because they were boring, but also because I constantly got yelled at by security guards. I kid you not, almost every time I went to an art museum back then, one of the guys working there would have some kind of problem with me. Either I was being too loud, or I was standing too close to the paintings, or I was running around too much, and every time they would call me out and tell me to stop doing it. It was annoying, it was embarrassing, I hated it. And yeah, I know, they were just doing their job, but you know what? I don't have to be happy about it. Of course, this isn't a problem anymore, but it's all the more reason for art museums to leave a bad taste in my mouth. Now, to be fair, I do appreciate paintings more than I used to now, and I'll admit some of these paintings can be really deep and thought-provoking, and for a lot of them it's clear that the artist wanted us to feel a certain way. And I've always appreciated, even as a kid, the amount of detail that gets put into these paintings and all the clever blending and contrasting of colors that gets done in them. If I see a painting that clearly had effort put into it to be impressive, I'll be like, hey, that's a cool painting. In the last couple of years, I've actually been more interested in visiting art museums, but even then, I only like visiting them if there's a specific painting or exhibit I want to see. Like back in 2019 when I was in Paris, I visited the Louvre because I wanted to see the Mona Lisa, and I went in, I saw the painting, and I got out. I didn't give a shit about anything else there. Well, okay, I also saw that famous French Revolution painting and like 1 or 2 other exhibits, but that's it. And that was a part of a guided tour I was doing, so technically I didn't decide to go there on my own. The first time that I actually willingly went to an art museum on my own accord, believe it or not, was a few months ago in December. It was the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. I went there because I wanted to see this one Julius Caesar sculpture, which, I don't know, I just think it goes really hard. Maybe I'll get a replica someday. But yet again, I went in, I saw that, plus like 1 or 2 other exhibits I was interested in, and I got the fuck out. Didn't care about anything else. There was also this one time a little over a year ago when I visited Pittsburgh, and I found out that they had an Andy Warhol museum. And like, it's fucking Andy Warhol, bro. Hell yeah, I want to see that. But my mom insisted on visiting the regular Pittsburgh art gallery first. Like, come on, bro. I don't care about this 17th century bullshit. I want to see Andy Warhol, damn it. I swear, the one time I want to go to an art museum and you're making me jump through hoops to do it because it's not the one that you want. Help me out here, goddammit. There's also, for example, a museum in Washington, D.C. that has Bob Ross paintings, and like, I want to see that. So whenever I'm able to go to D.C. next time, I'm definitely going to make sure I can go there. But just like the previous museums, that's probably the only thing I'll go see there. Long story short, if you like art museums and exploring different paintings, that's fine. More power to you. Again, paintings do have artistic value to them, but I do think they are sort of overrated as an art form. Personally, I find movies, music, and literature to be a much more effective way of conveying emotion and telling a story. There's more to work with, more you can show, and in my opinion, it's just more fun to watch a movie or read a book or listen to a song than to stare at paint on a canvas for hours. But again, there's nothing wrong with liking paintings. At the end of the day, you can consume art art however you want. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as they say. I just hope my parents stop shoehorning art museums into literally every vacation we take, because, like, come on, guys, relax. And yeah, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button. As always, this is your captain speaking, and I'll see you later.